Dude, these cottonwood trees can literally kill you if you have allergies. Literally? Figuratively. Figuratively, right? Yeah, I'm a writer. I'm a journalist. This is one of the pet peeves of my industry. Figuratively kill you if you have allergies. Actually, no, that's wrong. Literally. Trees in campgrounds and on trails are always a good thing, right? Because after all, they give you shade, windbreak. They're a good home for the wildlife that you often come to see when you're trying to travel around through nature and just recharge. And of course, they add oxygen to our environment. They eventually give us firewood to release a little carbon over a couple of beers and maybe some s'mores. There's also a downside. RVers need satellite access if they're full-timers. Of course, Elon Musk is working on making it so that you don't need access to the southern sky for satellite internet soon, but that's a couple of years down the road as of the time I filmed this video. Also, tree pollen. It gets into your gear, gets into your nose, and it, in the case of cottonwoods, gets into everything. But cottonwoods are known for this. They can just straight up kill you. And all these pretty cottonwood trees will start shedding their branches. And some of these cottonwood trees are pretty old and have pretty big branches. So I got a text message from Tara Lynn on her way back from work that one of the cottonwood trees did, in fact, shed a branch. We're going to go check it out. You like our widowmaker over there?
Did you guys pull it off the road or something?
No, apparently that's exactly where it landed.
You said it broke a tree or something?
Because there were a couple evergreens surrounded by little fences with some T-posts, and one of them's missing now.
I don't know unless I bring my chainsaw down here. I can't fix it. I'll fix it tomorrow.
Well, there's no fixing it, it's just harvesting it apparently.
Yeah.
More firewood for the rest of us.
Hey, have a good day.
You too. So you can see where the branch broke, and all of that must have come out like this, all the way out here, and it just whoomp right on this poor tree. We were told that last year they had a major storm that came through. It had put down a tornado earlier. They came through with a microburst, straight line winds, and basically took out a fair number of these trees all through here. And that it actually crashed through the roofs of some of the RVs that were camping here. Cottonwoods in general aren't bad on their own. They are a tree that is sort of a pioneer species. They'll come into areas like riparian ecosystems where they will be the first major trees that come in. They'll settle the soil, they'll sort of lock everything down. They're going to be fast growing. And fast growing trees usually mean weak trees. The wood is pretty weak. They are used to going through flood, then drought, flood, then drought. The trees just drop the branch. It's a great solution for the tree. In the long run, it's great for the environment because now this becomes a nurse log so that other plants and species of animals can come in and live in or on top of this log. But right here, this is where the group tent campsite is for this campground. Luckily, there was no one here, because otherwise, ouch. Like I said, pollen. So am I saying that people should fear camping, that people should be concerned about this sort of thing? No. Tree branch deaths and for campers is exceedingly rare given the number of people that go camping. I mean, overall, it's not really a risk compared to, I don't know, probably tick-borne diseases are probably a bigger threat than a branch falling on you in your sleep while you're camping. Now that you know that this is a thing that can happen, it's about managing the risk, managing camper expectations, and managing how the future execution of the campground experience happens. So what do I mean by managing expectations? Well, in a full-time RVer, and you need southern sky exposure for access is very important. So satellite internet or Wi-Fi or anything like that is going to be blocked by the trees sometimes. So look it up. You're a grown person. Use the internet. Google is your friend. Google Maps. Look at an overhead of the campground that you're considering. You know, if you look at the overhead Google Map image for this particular campsite, you can hardly see the campground because it's covered in all these trees. Well, that set our expectation that, satellite's not going to be a thing, that it's going to be very shady, but also that there's going to be a lot of birds for, messing up audio for my vlogs or for my audiobooks. We had that expectation coming in. And I'm wondering how many people actually go camping while looking at anything online about their intended campground. If you don't like cottonwoods, if you're allergic to them, if you're worried about the branches breaking off, go camp in the prairie, go camp alpine, go camp in the desert. There are beautiful places in the Southwest to go camping if you're worried about this sort of thing. Here in North Dakota, at least, the cottonwood has a real strong connection to Lewis and Clark and Sacagawea and the history of this area. So obviously you don't want to go cutting down cottonwoods, but just as they come down naturally, replace them with species that are going to be a little bit more appropriate for a campground experience. So in the end, is it something to worry about? Worry, no. Being aware of it, yeah. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. We're going to be putting up more of the Pacific Coast Highway trips soon. I know I've said that a couple of videos in a row, but I mean it a little bit. If you've seen this shared elsewhere, don't just comment where you saw it on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Comment here in the description below. Let some other folks here on YouTube join in on the conversation, and because algobots. All right, we'll see you at the next stop on the regenerative road trip.